Okay, so you know when I didn't go to Hellenica?
Where did you go? Did you go
I went to a
place?
wing place.
Did you actually go there?
Yes! And I couldn't post a story. Who's gonna say hi?
It's your
my
channel.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've got a special guest here today, my coach and one of my really good friends, Emily, and I thought I'd bring her on my channel today so that we can do a Q&A together.
Q&A for you guys. So Tasha got you, you asked them to
Send
questions about anything health and fitness related. So we thought that we would eat GYG and answer questions for you guys. So I just got a...
Yeah, before we start, can we just look at the difference between what we ordered?
Okay, well guys, I don't know if you follow me, but if you do, you would know that I'm prepping for a bikini comp. So I'm currently, I think when you see this video, I'll be about 7 weeks out. So I have had to be a little bit strict with my food choices. Don't get me wrong, I would love to get what she has right now, but this will do.
And then I just got 2 spicy beef tacos and some nacho fries. So yeah. Oh. I hope it's not annoying that you guys can't see the food, but that's fine.
It's actually really good. I'm kind of just taking a drink.
Me putting my hair in your food.
I'm used to it. Happens to me all the time too. What is that, chicken?
Got beef mince.
Go in the background. You don't like pork, do you? I love pork. It's my favourite meat.
I eat like barbecue pork bun or like century bao.
Oh, so why don't you like pork though?
Just don't like the taste.
Oh, I love pork crackly.
Oh, I love pork crackling. I love crispy pork belly if it's like in a sweet, spicy sauce. You know that like Asian sauce?
Alright.
Bitch, you're sick and you're just drinking my drink.
No, I'm better now.
You don't sound it?
Do I not sound it?
No.
Oh, really? I feel normal.
I can hear it in your voice.
Oh, really? No, I was really sick on Tuesday after my photo shoot thing.
We're going to answer these questions both, but I'm going to leave a lot of them to Emily because I brought her here today. I'm not just going to sit here and answer all the questions, and obviously she has a lot more knowledge than me. So yeah, she's going to be able to answer a lot of these questions a lot better. Anyway, the first question, why do I feel sick after working out? Is it normal?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of reasons as to why someone could be feeling sick. Do you eat before you train? I find that a lot of my clients who don't eat before they train, they can feel quite sick. But me on the other end of the spectrum, if I do eat, I actually feel quite sick. If you are training on an empty stomach and you're feeling sick...
Boo, stop being naughty. You're not getting any. Do you want diarrhea?
She's coming to me because she thinks we're friends.
No.
Okay, I'm just going to ignore her. So yeah, as I was saying, if you are feeling like you're getting sick, if you feel sick after a workout and you haven't eaten beforehand, maybe give that a go. You might just be not having enough energy within your sessions and therefore that's making you feel sick.
Thanks, Emily.
No worries.
I'm a beginner going to the gym. Where do I start?
My piece of advice is less is more. Don't start out at the gym and try and train 5 to 6 days a week, because what's going to happen is you're either going to start to hate it or you're going to start to overtrain because your body's not used to it. So what I would suggest you do is, even if you start with 2 to 3 sessions per week, be consistent with that every week, and then in a month's time, if you're feeling good, increase to 4 sessions, and then if you're feeling good in a month's time, increase to 5 sessions. So my piece of advice for a beginner is to just take it slow, don't rush it, maybe get out 3 full body sessions per week, see how your body feels, and then go from there. And keep the exercises simple, guys.
Yeah.
Don't try and do anything crazy, just keep it simple and really focus on making sure that your technique is good. Really make sure that you can actually feel it through that targeted muscle that you're trying to train.
I was going to say as well, if you do want to train every day for like mental reasons and you're a beginner and you're just starting out, as Emily said, maybe just do really simple workouts.
Yeah.
Like don't...
And quality. Simple but quality.
Yeah, don't feel like you have to lift super heavy weights or anything like that.
Or girls have the mentality that when they train, they have to train for like 2-3 hours. You can literally have an epic session in 45 minutes, even half an hour.
Yeah. As long as you're not going on your phone and shit.
Yeah.
That's like...
And wasting time.
Yeah. Opinion on calorie counting and intermittent fasting. I saw results with intermittent fasting, but not too sure about calorie counting yet. You can answer that.
Okay, so I have quite a few clients that do intermittent fasting. I've got absolutely no problem with intermittent fasting. I've actually got a girlfriend that does intermittent fasting tiles, and she absolutely loves it.
I love intermittent fasting too, when I get into it.
Yeah, see, some girls love it, but the thing is for me is I could never do intermittent fasting because I'm up at 4 in the morning. So if I had to wait till 12 or 1 o'clock to eat, that just doesn't suit my lifestyle. If you find that, and this is the same with a lot of my clients, they aren't hungry first thing in the morning, so I don't suggest that my clients force feed themselves. Do not think that intermittent fasting is the magic tool for fat loss. It's purely calories in, calories out. If you want to lose body fat, you need to be eating less than what you are expending per day. And usually intermittent fasting helps with this due to the smaller window. And obviously vice versa, if you're wanting to gain a body fat and grow lean muscle, I do suggest my clients sitting in a calorie surplus, which means eating more food than what you are expending per day.
All right, top 3 simple meals to gain weight, high calorie intake.
There's no magic meals to lose body fat or gain body fat. It essentially comes down to calories. So like I said to you guys before, if you are wanting to gain body fat or build lean muscle, which is usually what people do when they are in a calorie surplus, you need to be eating more calories than what you are expending per day. Things like this are really, really good. Things like
pasta, Vapianos.
This Vapianos is amazing for that. Pasta, pizza, like that type of stuff that's really calorically dense is awesome when you are in a calorie surplus, and if you don't have a big appetite, because it is such a small volume of food for how many calories is actually in.
I feel like that also doesn't mean that you eat
like
McDonald's
shit. No way.
for every single meal of the day, because there's obviously no nutritional value. You're gonna have low energy. You're going to not want to really go to the gym. You're going to have no energy throughout the day.
I'll have this once a week or once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Everything else is clean because I like the way it makes you feel. But don't think that you have to only eat clean to get results. It's all about balance.
How long should you bulk for before being in a deficit? And how often should you switch?
Honestly, comes down to the individual. It comes down to the individual. It comes down to their goal. It comes down to their current physique. It comes down to their training ability. Like, there's so many different factors that contribute as to what they should be doing. Personally, for me, and this is what I advise to my clients as well, is I don't suggest that you're constantly in a fat loss phase trying to diet. It's so taxing on the body. Clients that are wanting to build lean muscle, I do suggest that they sit in a calorie surplus for at least 6 months, even more if I can get them in there, because it actually is quite difficult to build lean muscle, so you want to give your body enough time to be able to do that.
Another thing as well is, like for me, for example, for my job, I've never been in a actual gaining phase properly, because I personally feel like I can't really do that.
It's different for
you. It's a little bit different for me, because obviously, you know,
you're taking photos.
I can, but
you're selling products for a brand. See, she's more of a maintenance girl.
Yeah, I'm definitely,
which is great.
Yeah, not everyone always has a goal 24/7.
And you don't have to. You know what the thing is sitting at maintenance is a goal. People don't think that. People think it's either being in a surplus is a goal, a fat loss is a goal, and there's nothing else in between. Maintenance, being able to maintain your weight, is a goal in itself. So sit. Long story short, if you can, try and sit in a surplus for as long as possible.
This is a good one for you, actually, because you do comps and stuff. Have you ever had issues with eating, and if so, what helped you overcome that? So that could mean eating too much, eating too little. Like, for example, when you're gaining.
My relationship with food.
Yeah, and like, have you struggled with like the deficit and shit and gaining phase?
Yes, I feel like I've struggled with the gaining phase, because obviously it's hard for me, because I have done comps in the past and I've seen how lean that I can get. So it can be quite mentally hard when I can see myself in a bigger version of myself and knowing how lean I can potentially get. Education is key, and knowing the why behind everything that you do, knowing and looking at the long-term picture rather than the short-term, and just being okay with that, and just learning to love your body in all of its phases. Like, I loved my body when I was bigger, and the reason why is because I was able to be a lot more social with my friends. Like, even though I'm so much leaner now, I have barely any social interaction, because there's nothing that I really can do, because like I said before, a lot of social interactions is around food. So yes, it is great being lean and all, but is it worth it in your current lifestyle?
It's not
where you have
sustainable.
Where you have to isolate yourself. Understand the why behind everything you do, because if you don't, you won't stick to it, and you will mentally struggle because you don't know why you're doing it. Mrs. Burpee over here. I'm not a burper, I'm a farter.
Oh, no. I don't think that's in the Q&A, doll.
Are you a burper or farter more? Josh is a burper.
I think I'm a... Depends. How do you track calories when going out to eat at cafes and that?
So I would use
Well.
what you use. MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Am I answering?
And then I'll jump in.
Oh, yeah, so I use, well, I'm not currently using it right now because right now I'm just living life. I feel like, yeah, as you were saying before.
It's not needed. You don't have to use MyFitnessPal all the time.
Yeah, and you don't have to track your calories all the time. Right now, I'm just intuitively eating, so I don't really have a goal
in itself.
Yeah, and I don't really have a goal, and that's fine. I go to the gym and I love the gym and I love learning about the gym because I actually enjoy it. And I do it more so for my mental health. It's not always like, I don't always have a goal that I'm chasing, and that's completely fine. I want to make that very clear. But when I do track my calories, I use MyFitnessPal, and then Em will go into how you track when you're eating out.
So when you're eating out, I always tell my clients to keep it simple. The more extravagant and crazy the meal is, the harder that it is to track. That's why I really like eating out at breakfast, because that's so simple. You can just get eggs on toast with some avocado on the side, bacon, etc. So my piece of advice is if you are eating out at cafes, is to either select something on the menu that is easy to break down and enter into MyFitnessPal, or create a meal yourself with the ingredients that is on the menu. If you are eating out at places like, let's say, Vapiano's, which is a little bit harder to track, what I would suggest that you girls do is to just, rather than trying to estimate each individual ingredient, because you're going to be there forever and it's going to get too complicated and stressful, I would just suggest estimating the total calories of the entire meal and then just estimating the macronutrient breakdown. So what I mean by the macronutrient breakdown is how much protein you think is in that meal, how much carbohydrates you think is in that meal, and how much fats you think is in that meal. That creates the total calories that you're estimating. Now, if your goal is fat loss, always overestimate, yes, when you're eating out, rather than underestimate, because at the end of the day, you would rather lose more body fat than what you intended for that week by overestimating, rather than not losing anything at all, or potentially even putting on weight because you didn't estimate properly. So for complex meals, just estimate the total calories and overestimate. But ideally, keep it simple.
And I think another thing as well is people, for example, if they're in a fat loss phase, they think, oh, why am I'm in a deficit, but I'm not losing any weight. And it's probably because you're not tracking things properly. So 100%. Like Emily said, it's probably better to overestimate.
And you'd rather be safe than sorry,
Yeah, rather than, not really be doing it properly and then in turn gaining weight.
Exactly, or extending the time of the deficit, then you essentially should be dieting.
Any food group you avoid eating? If so, why?
No. Do not avoid,
especially fucking me.
Yeah, do not avoid food groups, girls. It's wrong. Like, you need every single one of those macronutrients for your body. It's so important. You should not be cutting out food groups. You can most definitely lose body fat or even gain body fat and gain lean muscle by eating all food groups. Do not cut them out. So you should be feeding your body carbohydrates to help give you energy in your sessions, to help recover in your sessions, so then you can in turn lose body fat because you are expending quality energy within your sessions, or you are building lean muscle in those sessions. So do not cut food groups out.
What keeps you motivated? This is a good one for you because, as we were saying, what keeps me motivated?
This is going to sound so corny.
Yeah.
My clients keep me motivated. Like, I love what I do. And at the end of the day, I need to live and breathe what I do. So I'd have to say my clients keep me motivated.
Yeah. I guess for me, what keeps me motivated...
It's your mental health as well, like that. Like,
yeah, that's why
it keeps you in check, 100%.
Yeah,
and the way it makes you feel good.
I think it's also a routine thing as well. For me, I love getting up in the morning and knowing that this is how my morning routine is. I go to the gym, then I come home and I clean and I make food, and then I start my day. I love that. I love having structure. I think another thing as well is just having the discipline. It's not so much motivation. I think it's like being disciplined and knowing that even when you don't want to go, you still go anyway because you know it's
the
good
benefits,
for you.
100%.
Yeah. Eating healthy on the go / traveling.
Yeah, so
preparation.
yeah, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Simple. Another thing, keep it simple. Don't try and go out and buy extravagant stuff. Just keep it simple. I went away a little while ago and all I brought was protein, a protein powder, and then when I got there, I just went straight to Coles and I just got Cruskets or corn thins and rice cakes. You can get some peanut butter, banana, yogurt. Like there's so much choice out there. There's literally no excuse not to make it work. And always, piece of advice is if you are traveling, always stay at a place that has a kitchenette. Always. So you've got a fridge there, you've got a stove there, you've got a microwave there, and that is literally all that you need to be able to stay on top of your nutrition goals. And if they are as important as you say they are, you will stay adherent. You will make it work. Yeah.
Motivation tips or how to get started. I feel like I've answered this before. I think the best thing to do is not to really overthink it and just start. And I think it's important to follow a structured plan as well and know what you're going to do when you get into the gym, so you're not walking around umming and ahhing. And also a good thing is to, when you have that structured plan or that plan that you're going to follow, the night before maybe look up how you do those exercises, watch how you actually perform them. Maybe even before you go to the gym, you know, walk around your gym and familiarize yourself with all the machines and where everything is, because I feel like that's what it's embarrassing kind of when you're like walking around trying to find the machine, especially when you like join a new gym. I feel like that's,
and just take it slow. Just don't rush it. Pull the weight right back if you need to, and just focus on yourself. Everyone essentially is at the gym because they want to look better themselves. So no, just don't get out of your head. No one's looking at you. Just focus on being the best version of yourself. That's why you're there. Always go back to your why. Why are you going to the gym? Why are you trying to have this lifestyle change? Why are you trying to eat well? And don't just, it's a lot deeper than I want to lose body fat or I want to fit this dress, but why do you want to fit that dress? Keep trying to unravel those layers. And once you actually find out your core why, always have that in the forefront of your head, and that will keep you motivated.
Reverse dieting, trying to trust the process. Seeing myself look fluffier is hard. Is this normal?
So normal. Like I said, it's the frustrating thing with society is it's not normal to be putting on body fat as a female, and we're trying to normalize this. We're trying to show you girls that if some of you follow me, you would have seen me at the peak of my off season, and Tasha, she's maintaining her weight. She's not trying to lose body fat. This is normal. It's not normal to constantly be dieting. So what I would advise you if you are in a reverse diet is to A, trust the process, and B, know that, you know, by you eating more food, your sessions are going to be so much better. You're going to be so much stronger, and you're also going to live life too and actually enjoy life. And remind yourself that being in a fat loss phase, even though you might be lean, you can't really do much with it because you don't have a lot of food flexibility. So just remind yourself again of your why and why you're doing this, and think long term, and know that if it is quite disheartening when you see the scale weight go up, just remind yourself that if you ever did want to diet back down again, you could. You've done it before, you can do it again, but just know that right now the time for you is to reverse your calories up and get you just eating more food in general.
Is it better to do different exercises for my 3 leg days each week, or does it not matter?
It doesn't really matter, but if you're a beginner, I would advise sticking to the same or similar exercises just so you can really focus on perfecting that movement. But I obviously would change the tempo of the exercise, so how fast you're doing it, maybe adding quarter reps, pause reps in that. But yeah, I definitely suggest if you are a beginner is keep the exercises pretty consistent throughout your program, but just changing up how you perform them.
Yeah. How do you deal with cravings? I can never seem to find a good substitute for them.
So my thing with cravings is if you're craving, don't fight it. Eat it.
Unless life is all training for a comp.
Yes, unless and that's the thing, girls, is don't use me as an example. I'm in an extreme situation that's not normal, but if for just the general population like Tasha and you guys, if you're craving, have it, because if you don't have those cravings, they're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're going to binge.
That's the word I was looking for.
So have those cravings, have a little bit, stop when you're full. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full.
How to emphasize the small waist with fitness so it looks snatched.
Bigger shoulders. So if you want to have bigger back, if you want to have the illusion of a smaller waist, really focus on growing your back and growing your shoulders, so you're coming more outwards, and then obviously focusing on building your booty so it comes the shapes like this. Okay, so
Yeah.
focus shoulders, back for upper body to get that small illusion of the waist, bigger glutes.
Yeah, so training upper body, a lot of girls don't
Steer
like to train
clear.
upper body. Even myself, I didn't used to
feel like that, yeah.
Yeah, until I was actually following a structured plan, which Emily made for me. But it's not only important physique-wise, like within, by that I mean like how you look overall, but it'll help you with lower body days as well.
100%.
Like, to be able to lift heavier and that kind of thing. So training upper body is really important. It's going to make you look good, but it's also going to help you overall as well with your training. So
definitely train upper body, girls. Don't be scared of it.
how to not feel guilty when you're sick and can't gym. It's been a week and I'm stressing.
Don't stress, girl. Trust me. 1 week off at the gym will not impede progression at all. You're actually going to do more harm than good if you try and train through being sick. So give your body rest. If you try and push it, you'll be sick for a lot longer.
All right, so I'm going to do the last two now. This one is, can hip dips be filled? And I want to answer this one because it's obviously something in the influencer industry that, you know, a lot of people will try to sell you a plan or sell you whatever, or they'll act like they got their hip dips filled from the gym, and you just literally cannot get your hip dips filled from training. Like, it's not even mechanically
possible.
Yeah, it's not even
mechanically possible.
You can't, your body doesn't do that.
Yeah,
it's just the structure of your waist. And some people, I actually found, now I don't want to say this to scare people off going to the gym, but I actually found that when I started training and lifting, that my hip dips became more noticeable. And that's because I feel like, you know, I've obviously got a natural dip there, and it is natural, but when my legs started getting bigger, the dip looked a bit more
defined, like
protruded out. And that's not a bad thing. I think hip dips are normal. I obviously pose, I don't want to say obviously, but the way that I pose in my photos makes it look like I don't have hip dips because I pop my hip out, but it is so normal and you just need to embrace them. If you want to get rid of your hip dips and they're a really, really big insecurity for you, then you can get them filled with surgery. But don't listen to anyone or buy anything from anyone that tries to tell you that, you know, doing that workout plan will get rid of your hip dips, because it won't.
Embrace your body for what is. Be grateful for what you have. Yeah,
but I also feel like it's the same thing as your boobs. Like, if you're that insecure about it, your boobs, you obviously can't grow your boobs. Oh, shush, spat. You can't grow your boobs through training. And if it's something that you're that insecure about to the point where you're like, nah, need to change it, then that's so okay to do that if that's what you feel like you want to do. But don't feel pressured, and just know that it's normal to have hip dips. Yeah, but it's obviously like your boobs. That's like me trying to sell a plan going, hey, if you do this plan, you're gonna end up with double D's. Like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
So, okay, last question. Do you ever get food guilt, struggling? Oh, fuck. So I hate when people don't do comments and shit. Do you ever get food guilt, struggling with it a lot, even when I mess up once? I don't at all.
What do you mean by food? What's it?
Like, do you ever feel guilty when you eat something you're not meant to?
No, I used to back in the day, 100%. But what I would just advise for people that do have food guilt is to just get back into it the following day like nothing ever happened. Don't try and punish yourself or try and restrict yourself, because it's just going to get in that really negative, unhealthy, vicious cycle of binge restrict. So I would just get back into it the following day, smash out an epic session, put those calories to good use, and just get on with it.
Yeah, I actually, and I just said I don't, but a couple of weeks ago after the shoot we did,
this is all new to me too, by the way, guys. Go on, tell them.
I literally have never had a week that bad of eating in my life. I made 2 homemade meals. Every single meal I was eating out for lunch.
What were you having?
Okay, so you know when I didn't go to Hellenica?
Where did you go? Did you go to that place?
Wing place?
Did you actually go there?
Yes! And I couldn't post a story because you guys would have been like...
Did you take one? What did you get? Was it good?
It was so good.
Oh, what did you get?
I even ordered it for Uber Eats last week when James and I went to Brisbane.
No.
Yeah, I didn't even post it because I was like, they're gonna...
there with me when I finish my con.
Yeah, dude, it was so good.
That is so, because that's so something you and I would love.
Yeah,
the girls don't really like that. I would love that. Oh my god, what is that?
Garlic parmesan wings.
Oh.
That was really good.
Oh, I would have got way more chicken than that.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Wow,
So
she
good.
couldn't even post it. Show them. Yum, guys.
Anyways.
What's it called, the place?
Wing Fix.
Yum.
But yeah, after that shoot, I've never had such a bad eating week in my life. On the Sunday, I had McDonald's for lunch. Then I went and got some donuts from 7-Eleven, and then they had 3 for $10 on the packs of lollies. So I got sour worms pods, and I got chocolate bullets.
Yum.
And I ate it all, and that was my lunch. And then for dinner, I got
3
Korean
packets in one
barbecue.
sitting.
No, it wasn't one sitting.
But accumulate over a couple of days.
Yeah, like I surely would have had 1,600 calories for lunch alone, and then I went to Korean barbecue for dinner.
Oh wow, you go, boo.
So I did feel shit about myself.
But then you just get straight back into it. Did you
Yeah.
still train over that time?
Yeah, I did.
There you go. Well, that's the thing. People think, and that's the thing that I am really trying, well, we're both trying to change, is that all or nothing approach and just teaching yourself about balance. If you are sick, let yourself rest. If you do have a shit meal or a shit couple of days with food, accept it, move on, put those calories to good use in your session. Like, everything is all about balance and realizing that we're all human. We're all going to stuff up. We're all going to have weak moments. It's fine. It is so normal.
Sometimes things also go on in your personal life that make you not as motivated, no
Yeah.
matter how hard you try, no matter how much of a motivated person you are. Sometimes things go on in your personal life, or even just with you mentally, that you do kind of fall off the bandwagon.
It's
But you
fine.
you shouldn't let it affect you. Like, you shouldn't hate yourself more for it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyways, that was good.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you guys got some knowledge from both of us.
Imagine if this deleted.
Oh, I would be so sad. I'd be so sad. But yeah, I hope you guys got some knowledge from us. We absolutely loved doing this video, and I bloody loved my naked burrito beef.
Thank you for coming, doll.
My absolute pleasure. But we have something coming very, very soon, as you guys would have seen if you follow us on our social medias. All we can say right now is just stay tuned. I know we're saying that so much.
A long time coming.
It has been, but so much effort has gone into it, and that's why it has taken so long, is because we're just perfecting it and making sure that it's absolutely perfect for you girls. And I say with Tasha, we're so excited for you guys to get your hot little hands on this. You're going to absolutely love it as much as us. And yeah, so stay tuned for that over the next couple of weeks.
Woo! All right. See you guys in my next video. Bye.